Hey, I'm Dr. Don Russell. I'm a psychotherapist, a professional speaker, and a trainer. I work in the area of trauma treatment, trauma recovery, vicarious trauma, and post-traumatic growth. In this video, I want to describe to you heart rate variability training as a powerful emotion regulation technique. It's not very well known at this point in time, but I expect it's going to be one of the next big things to help people on their own regulate their emotions and prevent those spikes of negative emotion that are associated with traumatic flashbacks. Heart rate variability training, it's a body-based technique that is powerful to facilitate emotion regulation and improve overall well-being. When you stop to reflect, most emotional and psychological distress we experience stems from our emotions being unregulated, dysregulated. Panic, anxiety, or anxious rumination on one end of the spectrum, and depression and melancholy on the other end of the spectrum. These are, in essence, emotion regulation problems. Now, lots of people find it difficult to change their emotions on demand, and that's where heart rate variability training comes in. So a little bit of background is necessary, but hang on, I promise that it'll make sense. Heart rate variability is simply a measure of the naturally occurring variation in time between each heartbeat. Now, when we go to the doc or when we measure our own heart rate, 60 beats per minute, 70 beats per minute, what that is that's the average over a course of time of how fast our heart is beating. And obviously that's kind of useful information, kind of an indicator of health and well-being. But when you drill down a little bit, what we know is that our heart rate actually has a variation in rate over the course of our breath. So our heartbeat actually a little faster when we're inhaling and a little bit slower when we're exhaling. So that's 60 beats per minute. Yeah, that's a great average, but our heart rate is actually varying up and down with each breath we take. So this is a system that's controlled by the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is basically controls and manages all of our mind and body functions that are out of our normal conscious awareness: heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, digestion. And the autonomic nervous system, the ANS, is divided into two parallel systems. The sympathetic nervous system, which most people are aware of, the fight, flight, freeze response, is one half of the ANS. The other half of the ANS is the parasympathetic nervous system, which doesn't get as much press as the sympathetic nervous system, which is too bad because the parasympathetic nervous system is engaged in all things or manages all things related to relaxation, calm, and all of the restorative functions in the body. So if you do yoga, or if you're a meditation person, or if you are doing sort of other things that accomplish calm and relaxation, what you're doing is you're kind of manually turning on the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so that's one chunk of information. Here's the other chunk of information that's important, that really speaks to the power of heart rate variability training. Our heart here and our brain up there actually have a very tight relationship. They interact and they share lots of information back and forth, and they influence each other. Most people are of the understanding that our brain is sort of the master control computer, and it controls everything down below the head. And well, indeed, our mind does manage and regulate our body. Our body, particularly our heart, actually has more influence and impact on our brain functioning than the other way around. Some researchers say it's 4 times more information and influence comes up from our heart to our mind than from our mind to our heart. So these heart signals impact our brain functioning for better or worse. If our heart is impacting and influencing our brain to the positive, then our ability to keep attention, to perceive accurately, to retain memory, and to process problems and solve problems, those are all going to be improved. If our heart is negatively influencing our mind, then just the opposite. Problem-solving ability is going to be compromised. Our reasoning, our ability to learn, our ability to remember, our ability to think and process information clearly and well is going to be compromised. So our heart has a significant influence on our brain, our brain's effectiveness at processing information. So we want to get our heart to be contributing to our brain functioning better, obviously. And that's where heart rate variability training comes in. With this simple exercise, which you'll be coached through towards the end of this video, you will learn how to leverage your heart's power to positively influence your brain. So in heart rate variability training, basically there's 2 aspects that we want to link together. The first aspect is simply a breathing element. So you'll be coached in paced breathing, actually parasympathetic breathing, about 6 breaths per minute, kind of at a slow and a relaxed pace of breathing. And kind of you'll be asked to turn your attention to your heart area and just sort of imagine that slow and easy breathing is passing through your heart area. Breath in, breath out at a nice relaxed pace. But if that's all we're doing, then we're simply doing calm and relaxed breathing, which is seriously beneficial. I prescribe that to my clients all the time. The second element is this additional element that is the power of heart rate variability training. And that is focus on the intentional generation of a heartfelt, positive emotional state. And this is the key to the effectiveness of HRV training. These positive emotions that we can create in our heart just by taking our mind and going to a particular positive memory, an event or a memory or imagination that is filled with love or gratitude or appreciation. Those positive emotions influence this heart rate variability and actually increase the difference between the heart rate in the inhalation and the exhalation. Research has found that a greater variability of heart rate between the breath in and the breath out is a key marker of better health and well-being. We also want a regular and sort of ordered pattern of heart rate variability, sort of a smooth up and down graph, not a jaggedy graph, if we were to graph it out. So this combination of slow-paced breathing and heartfelt positive emotion generates a much wider array of benefits than you can achieve just through parasympathetic breathing alone. Deeper perceptual and emotional changes, an increased access to intuition and creativity, improved cognitive and performance, and actually some research indicates some favorable changes in hormonal balance. So that's the explanation. The coaching in heart rate variability training comes up next right away. And thank you for watching this video. I would love if you left a comment in the comment section. Feedback of any sort is appreciated. And let me know if you would like to hear another topic related to counseling and psychotherapy and trauma recovery and post-traumatic growth. And by all means, subscribe to my video channel, my YouTube channel, and I would love for you to be among the first to be notified when I release a new video. So thanks for watching, and I hope this is going to be helpful. To begin using this coherence technique for calm and relaxation, just make yourself comfortable where you're sitting. Take a moment to adjust yourself where you're sitting or where you're lying down to make yourself more comfortable, and just be aware of any tension or discomfort in your body that you can alleviate by adjusting how you're sitting or you're lying. Great. Now, what I'd like you to do is just begin to shift your attention to your breath. And just notice your breath in and out. And see if you can slow down your breathing just a little bit. So you're breathing in and out. Good. And breathe in and out. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to create a heart focus. So simply focus your attention on the area around your heart, the area in the center of your chest. An easy way to do that is to place one or both of your hands over the center of your chest to help keep your attention in the heart area. And continue to breathe deeply, slowly but normally, as you feel your breath coming in and going out through your heart area. As you inhale, feel or imagine as if your breath is flowing in through your heart, and as you exhale, feel it leaving through this area. So you're breathing slowly and casually and a little deeper than normal. Just continue breathing with ease until you find a natural inner rhythm that feels good for you. To help keep your attention on your breathing, you might just gently say to yourself or think to yourself, a breath in, a breath out, a breath in, a breath out. Now, as you maintain your heart focus and your heart breathing, now what we would like to do is add positive emotion, positive feeling. We want to activate positive emotion. And this is the extra and the most important step. Recall a time when you have felt a feeling of love, gratitude, or appreciation. Maybe remember a special place that you've been to that you simply really enjoyed and felt calm. Or turn your attention in your mind to a special relationship with a close friend or family member or treasured pet. And just see if you can bring that memory closer and deeper in your heart. Just remember what that looked like with that friend or occasion or the experience of gratitude. Perhaps remembering the words. We just want to recall and recreate a positive feeling. And so we're continuing with our attention on the area of our heart. We're continuing slow and casual breathing. And we're maintaining an awareness of a positive emotion. And just enjoy that and savor that as we create heart coherence. Good. Continue that for another moment. See if you can just hold that positive emotion and that slow, calm breathing for a little bit more. Just listen to the music for a little bit longer.